Breaking on 4 News Now at 6, a date's been set for when the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students will stand trial and why the judge entered a plea for him.
I'm tracking showers this evening, plus keep your sweatshirt handy. We have a chilly start to Tuesday. I'll let you know how long the cooler weather will last in your first alert forecast.
And a Spokane pastor making threatening comments toward parents of trans youth, the safety concerns, and if the police could get involved. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
We start with breaking news in the University of Idaho student murders. Brian Kohberger, the 27-year-old accused of killing 4 college students in their off-campus home, stood silent during his arraignment, meaning he elected not to enter a plea.
The judge issuing a not guilty plea on his behalf. This is the latest chapter in the pursuit of justice for Kaylee, Xana, Ethan, and Maddie. The attorney for the Gonsalves family saying they are what is important, not the defendant. Our Jordan Smith was in court this morning. He joins us now in studio with emotions from the courtroom and the date of the trial.
Well, it was a tense atmosphere in the courtroom with the families staring daggers at Kohberger as he walked into the room, and you could see some tears being shed by family members as the proceedings got underway. Inside the Latah County Courthouse, a highly anticipated hearing. Brian Kohberger returning to court, draped in an orange jumpsuit. Judge John Judge recapping the charges brought against him. His answers short and concise.
Do you understand the charge in count 4, murder in the first degree?
Yes.
Do you understand the maximum penalty?
Yes.
The Mogan and Gonsalves families both in attendance. Steve Gonsalves, Kaylee's father, seldom taking his eyes off of Kohberger. When asked if he was ready to enter a plea, Kohberger's attorney announced he would be standing silent or not entering a plea. The judge entered a plea of not guilty, as is standard in these situations. From there, a 6-week trial was scheduled for October 2nd, just 5 months from now. Prosecutors now have 60 days to determine if they'll pursue the death penalty.
All rise. Thank you very much. Please be seated.
Shortly after his arraignment, a second hearing was held, this time addressing the gag order that kept information about this case from being released to the public. Both the Gonsalves family and a coalition of news outlets, including KXLY, fighting for more information to be made available. The Associated Press arguing that this non-dissemination order violates the First Amendment, causing, quote, irreparable harm. The judge countered, saying he was troubled by that argument.
I would suggest that maybe the Associated Press needs to tone it down, just ratchet down a little bit. There's a lot of potential irreparable harm from media that is affecting a fair trial.
Still, the pursuit for answers is unrelenting for the families of these victims. Shannon Gray, the attorney for the Gonsalves family, released a statement, reading in part, quote, "The family would like to thank everyone for continuing to follow this case and keep the memories of Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, and Ethan alive. They are what is important, not the defendant. This is just the beginning of a long journey for all the families, and we are thankful for your continued support and coverage." Now, Judge John Judge also made a comment to hear arguments both for and against having cameras in the courtroom as the trial, at the trial. Those arguments will be a part of the gag order hearing scheduled for June 9th, just a few weeks from now. In studio tonight, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Jordan, thank you. Also breaking tonight, the mayor of Liberty Lake has vetoed an ordinance that would give the city council final say on which books would be added or removed from city libraries. She released a statement saying, in part, the right to free speech is more important than the content of the speech. She goes on to say the library board of trustees has over 96 years of professional experience and to let them do what they were appointed to do. It's important to note all members were confirmed by the city council, and the city council could override the mayor's veto. Oh, we did get a break today from the record-breaking heat. temperatures were in the 60s.
Yeah, you better get used to them because I hear they're going to be sticking around for a bit. Let's send it over to Chris Crocker in the First Alert Weather Center.
Well, we do have a cool day on the way for tomorrow, particularly in the morning. Here's our radar right now. We have some showers and isolated thunderstorms. Actually, our thunderstorm activity has really tapered off, but still possibility of a little bit of thunder as we head into the Northeast mountains, and those showers are moving into North Idaho at this hour. Here's a look at our forecast radar. Wouldn't rule out an isolated shower or two around the Spokane area yet this evening. Here's 9 o'clock. Very widely spread and light precipitation in our forecast model, and then we dry out completely as we head into Tuesday early morning, and we'll be clearing out as well, and that is going to allow temperatures that are already running below average to drop down into the 40s in most locations. It's 63 right now in Spokane, 61 in Coeur d'Alene, and in the 50s in Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint, 52 in Colville. This evening, winds will be dying down, skies will be clearing, temperatures dropping into the 50s by 11 o'clock. And again, a shower or two possible for the next couple of hours before we dry out more meaningfully. Overnight, I will be back with your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes, Aaron.
Thank you, Chris. Well, this photo shows the scene of a head-on collision between two cars near Fernand Lake. That's just outside of Coeur d'Alene. This is the pickup truck deputies with the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office says Mark Bruzis was driving. What you don't see is the other car that 83-year-old Donald Felon was driving. That crash caused his car to roll about 400 feet down the ravine. Felon died at the scene. Investigators say Bruzis was under the influence at the time of the crash. He was arrested for felony vehicular homicide.
In Spokane County, 27-year-old Kelly Van Hook was also killed in a crash on Highway 395 over the weekend. Washington State Patrol say Van Hook drove into oncoming traffic and hit another car. WSP believes drugs or alcohol may have been involved. A new report from Women Helping Women Fund is giving us a better picture of what issues women in our area are facing. And that's why we are devoting an entire half hour to our State of Women and Girls special. We're going beyond the numbers, covering everything from housing to the number of teen girls who have considered suicide and the growing number of women struggling to find childcare. You can see our special report right here on 4 News Now tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
Still ahead, construction has started on giving one local baseball field a much-needed upgrade. We'll take you to Rathdrum to see how much work still needs to be done before that big reveal that's coming up next. Plus,
big changes are coming to this brick wall here in East Central. Coming up, we'll show you what's going on and how you can get involved.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
26 years strong.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXOY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
It's time to replace your old tub with a new shower, but you don't want the hassle or the worry of getting it finished. You just want to pick a style and relax, knowing that it'll be wonderful when it's done. Is that too much to ask? No, actually it's not. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower replacement.
You filming?
Yep.
Try rolling your wrist, dude.
You gotta focus on balance.
You should switch to sledding. I'm gonna block him.
Good idea.
Don't forget stick work. Hustle's paying off.
This week on GMA, we're popping up somewhere in America. 3 mornings, 3 different cities, surprising 3 small businesses with a pay-it-forward boost to kick off their summer. Where will we go?
This is so good.
Good Morning America's Up in Your Business. GMA 7A this week.
The Move Fitness gyms are on the move.
Let's go!
With everyone getting ready for summer and a new gym opening soon in Spokane, there's never been a better time to join.
It's the big biggest used vehicle sale to hit the Spokane area in years this week at the Spokane Valley Mall, as up to 400 vehicles are marked down and priced to sell fast, with top dollar given for your trade-ins this week at the Spokane Valley Mall.
Hit the ground running in the most adventurous Honda vehicles yet, like the Pilot and Passport Trail Sport, or the Ridgeline, made more rugged with better off-road performance, and more capable with different driving modes available to conquer snow, mud, and sand. Adventure on in the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
A video sermon of one Spokane pastor is going viral, generating millions of views and safety concerns.
We want to warn you, some of the comments you'll hear in this next video may be disturbing. It was put on by the Sure Foundation Baptist Church here in Spokane, and some are concerned the messaging could incite violence towards the transgender community and their parents.
Okay, and then we can string them up above a bridge, and so that the public can see the consequences of that kind of wickedness.
4 News Now's Natalie Grant is sharing more of what was said and if law enforcement can get involved.
Now, according to their website, the Sure Foundation Baptist Church has been around since 2018, following what they call the old paths and not being afraid to preach hard on sin, which is what was showcased in that video that's now gone viral on social media.
Any parents that would have their child have a transgender surgery done on them, any parent that would do that, they just need to be shot in the back of the head. Right. And then we can string them up above a bridge.
This is what Jason Graber with the Sure Foundation Baptist Church in Spokane says should be done to parents who allow their transgender child to receive gender-affirming care. These are just some of the comments that have caused this video to go viral on social media, being viewed millions of times and causing concern.
I don't know that I've ever seen such like a clear incitement to violence from the pulpit.
Some of that concern is with fellow pastors like Reverend Bob Feely with Spokane's Westminster UCC, an open and affirming church.
I have certainly heard rhetoric that is not affirming, rhetoric that could be very hurtful for queer folks. This does seem beyond the pale. I mean, it's certainly beyond the pale of anything I've ever witnessed.
Feely says many of the people in his congregation are queer, and Westminster provides a place where they belong. But violent rhetoric like this could have a lasting impact on not only trans individuals, but anyone.
Somebody says something from the pulpit, like it's always the chance, there's always a chance, a good chance, that it will become the word of God for somebody, whether it's an accurate interpretation of scripture or a lazy one or a violent one. It becomes the truth for people.
And in a world where the LGBTQ plus community is already facing hardships, Feely hopes to welcome them.
We believe that that's like people are living as the people that God intended them to be. We don't question people's experience of that.
Now, we did reach out to both the FBI and Spokane Police about this video. Spokane Police got back to us saying they were aware of it and a detective had been assigned to the case. They said they did determine that this video is constitutionally protected due to the lack of specifics within the words. Reporting in Spokane tonight, Natalie Grant, 4 News Now.
It is day one of this year's Diamonds and Dreams project. All day, Mark Peterson and the Extreme team have been hard at work giving one local field a much-needed upgrade.
This year, they're in Rathdrum renovating the Chuck Holt Memorial Field in Stub Myers Park. Let's send it over to Mark to see how much they managed to get done today and what still needs to be done this week.
Now it's back to baseball. We have 3 fields here. This is field number 2. Field number 3 is the Chuck Holt Memorial Field. Right now we're watering that, trying to get the clay that's very old loosened up. We've also put some new all-star baseball mix from Site One Landscape Supply, as well as a little bit on this. Right now we're trying to get this leveled and beat down about 2 inches so that we can incorporate that and really get going. We still have bases to put in, home plates to set, so there is a lot of baseball work yet to be done. When we look at the Chuck Holt Memorial, we had to remove the whole top of that, and we have mounds of dirt to prove it. A lot of grass had grown into it. So this new soil is going to come in, the new all-star baseball mix, and with that, it's going to be higher, it's going to be a better play, and it's going to be safer for everybody. So We'll be looking at this over the next couple of days to get all these fields done. The backstops are going to be redone. Take a look. The backstop here is out of an old mine, and it used to carry the rock, and it's rubber. Well, we're going to put custom-made wood on all of that, and Mandir Construction is going to put all of those in on every backstop. And they're all different. It's going to be a huge task. For the Extreme team in Rathdrum, with our Diamonds and Dreams, with, again, our hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union, I'm Mark Peterson.
The makeover for the Chuck Holt Memorial Field is a much-needed renovation to continue the late public servant's legacy. Coming up at 6:30, Holt's story and what this project means for the community.
Your Tuesday planner will start the day off down in the 40s, running below average 44 in Spokane with sunny skies. Not as windy. A high temperature of 68, 69 is our average high, so we're in the ballpark. We're warming up heading into the Memorial Day weekend. I'll let you know what to expect after the break.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Cal Superstore in Airway Heights.
It's spring decking season, which means it's time to get the best selection and pricing before summer from the decking pros at Windsor Plywood.
It's time to shop for wood.
Get it done now before the sun comes out.
Windsor Plywood.
Performance. It's what powers the 2023 family of Mazda CUVs. With standard iActive all-wheel drive and an available turbo engine. Helping you take performance further.
With effortless power and the reliability of iActive all-wheel drive, Mazda CUVs are built for the Pacific Northwest. Take a test drive today at Foothills Mazda or shop now at SpokaneMazda.com.
Meet the future. A chef, a designer, and an engineer. All learning to save and spend their money with Chase. The chef's cooking up first with her new debit card.
Hungry?
Uh-huh. The designer's eyeing sequins, plaid. While mom is eyeing his spending. Nice. And the engineer? She's taking control with her own account for college. 3 futures, all with Chase. Freedom for kids, control for parents. One bank for both. Chase, make more of what's yours.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. Winning is just the beginning.
Breezy and cool this evening. Wind gusts at 22 miles per hour in Spokane Valley and in Pullman. We're seeing 16-mile-per-hour winds in Spokane and 11 in Moses Lake. These winds will be dying down later this evening. Expect calmer conditions overnight. Southwest winds 5 to 15, 44 for a morning low. It's a little below average, but we warm up nicely during the day. Now 68 certainly is a cool down from the 90-degree reading of Saturday, but that's seasonable. Southwest winds at 5 to 15. Right now we are still tracking some showers through Wilbur up into the northeast mountains. We have not picked up any cloud to ground lightning here in the last hour or so, but you may hear some rumbles of thunder yet this evening. We may also see a little bit of light precipitation around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene yet tonight, but anything that we do see will be very, very light, maybe just enough to ruin a car wash. Here's our forecast. We have an area of low pressure that is keeping those showers going, but we'll see those taper off later tonight. We're in an upper level trough over the region, so temperatures will remain below average tomorrow, and enough instability that we'll see some mountain showers popping up again in the heat of the day. Here's 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. The vast majority of the energy with this system, however, is to the south and east of the inland northwest. It's going to be a relatively quiet week ahead, and even with this unsettled weather pattern, our temperatures are going to be back up above average after tomorrow. Here is our temperature trend over the next 7 days. The white line here is average, so just a degree below tomorrow, and then we are above through the rest of the 7-day forecast, including a day at 80 degrees on Friday. Now, overnight lows tonight will be crisp. You can open up the windows and really let the house cool down at 44 in Spokane, 47 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. Have to go down to Lewiston to find an overnight low in the 50s. High temperatures tomorrow in the 60s in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, up through Bonners Ferry and down to Pullman. 77 in Lewiston tomorrow. We'll also be in the 70s in Moses Lake. Your planning forecast: blue skies and sunshine Tuesday and Wednesday. Still the chance of some mountain showers. We're up into the 80s by Friday, and then things start to get a little interesting for the weekend. A chance of showers and thunderstorms Saturday. That's our best chance right now of showery weather, and it's 30% chance in Spokane, but it goes up if you're heading to go camping maybe for the first time this season. Expect that you will get a shower or two and perhaps some thunder. Sunday, just a 20% chance of showers. We are dry on Memorial Day with a high temperature of 74 degrees.
Thank you, Chris. If you feel like your allergies are driving you crazier than normal this year, it's not just in your head. A new study finds allergy season has been getting longer in the U.S. since 1970, giving plants more than 2 weeks on average to grow, flower, and release pollen. Allergy season grew the most in the western U.S. compared to other regions. The researchers suggest these climate changes will have a big impact on people with seasonal allergies and asthma.
Well, if you have strong ties to Spokane's East Central neighborhood, your help is needed to pull off a big community project debuting at the Karl Maxey Center this fall.
This is East Central is a community-wide art and storytelling project, and we'll tell the stories through people in the neighborhood. New at 6 o'clock, Vanessa Perez has how you can share your story.
This brick wall will be transformed into something much larger in just a couple months. Artists will begin to paint pictures of people in the East Central neighborhood. Cleaning up to make way for a massive community mural.
Awesome to have community members as part of our building and feel like they're really still part of this community, even some of them that have passed on or moved away, and so we're really excited about that.
Longtime community members like Betty Dumas, who goes by Mama D. Her family planted roots in East Central in the early 1960s.
These are my kids right here. You can tell by the clothing.
The neighborhood connects her to everything she's involved in.
Well, one thing is that I'm known around here. You know, my kids grew up with a lot of kids here. They grew up with some of the Maxey kids when they were growing up, and then Attorney Maxey was a member of Calvary Church.
In her time living here, she's seen a lot of things come and go. She believes the mural will attract the younger generations.
We're happy to see that something's being done in the community that the kids growing up now can see and reflect on.
Mama D raised 7 children and was a teacher for 46 years. Soon, this wall will be filled with people just like Mama D.
If you think of East Central, like somebody specific pops in mind, make sure they know about it and, you know, invite them to come down, because we want everyone up on the wall who has helped build this area up and made Spokane special.
You can have your picture taken June 3rd at the Karl Maxey Center. Terrain, a local nonprofit, will provide the artists behind the mural. The mural is set to be finished early September. Reporting in East Central, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Time to avoid the U.S. default on its debt is running out. What lawmakers are saying is preventing them from making a deal. Next on 4 News Now at 6.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on Blazer
or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist, standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Spring into adventure and get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Equinox models. Or get $1,500 cash allowance. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Life, it doesn't stand still, and neither do you. And wherever you go, we're with you. We're Global Credit Union, formerly Alaska USA. For 75 years, enriching the lives of members and guiding them on their financial journeys, giving them the confidence to not just follow their dreams, but to chase them. The future? We're on it. Let's get there together. Global Credit Union. On we go.
At your locally owned Ace Hardware, we've got everything you need to keep your grass green and your gardens blooming all season long. With top brands like Ego. In Steel, you'll be able to blow those leaves and trim those weeds like a pro. We've got a wide selection of lawn and garden accessories, and our friendly experts will help you find exactly what you're looking for to keep your lawn and garden in top condition. So come see us at Ace, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Are you filming?
Yep.
That's a good one. You kind of have to be able to see my feet. I'll post it.
Try rolling your wrist, dude.
And I'll put my weight on the back, especially on my outside foot.
Balance is key.
So is stick work.
Mom, I'll be out front. You should switch to sledding.
They should switch to being helpful. No blocking. Good idea.
Keep your eyes up, man.
Try to keep the control on your weight going forward. Weight open.
Nice snap.
A little tap, tap. Get that power.
That's his pan on.
Come on, hustle back. Hustle back. Come here. You go out. Next step. Set it. Go. Come here. Come on. Come on.
Four News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
Even as the deadline to a government default is fast approaching, a separate team of negotiators for the White House and Speaker Kevin McCarthy ended their talks today with no deal in place.
That seems to be clearing a path for face-to-face talks between President Biden and the Speaker. They'll negotiate a debt ceiling agreement with only days left to avoid a global economic catastrophe. ABC's Ike Ajachi is in Washington, D.C. with more.
Ahead of this face-to-face meeting with President Biden attempting to avoid a default on the nation's debt, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy walking into the Capitol this morning criticizing spending by Democrats.
We're going to spend less than we spent last year. That is why we go from crisis to crisis to crisis.
But during his press conference in Japan yesterday, the president laid the blame for the debt ceiling crisis at the feet of Republicans.
It's time for the other side to move from their extreme positions, because much of what they've already proposed is simply, quite frankly, unacceptable.
Republicans say they will not raise the debt ceiling until the president agrees to deep spending cuts, reclaiming unspent COVID funds, imposing stricter work requirements for certain federal aid programs like food stamps and immigration provisions, as well as an increase in military spending. Meanwhile, sources say the White House made an offer that would limit military and domestic spending, affecting programs that provide aid to education, housing, and scientific research. Biden also says he wants to raise taxes on large businesses and wealthy Americans. A team of negotiators for the White House and Speaker McCarthy met for 3 hours early on Monday, but ended their talks without any deal. But one of the Republican negotiators expressing slight optimism.
We know the deadline, we know the challenge, people are working in good faith.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says the U.S. will run out of money to pay its bills by a hard deadline of June 1st. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
Wednesday marks 1 year since 19 children and 2 teachers were shot and killed inside an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas. As of now, the city has not planned any memorials. Officials there say it's being done out of respect for the victims' families. Those families are still demanding accountability for the failed police response to the mass shooting.
In a year's time, they still don't have answers to simple questions that they should have gotten. I mean, I'm the mayor. I've been 1 year. I haven't got one briefing from anybody from day one. Not one. Nor has the county judge. That's very frustrating. So if it's frustrating on us, you can only imagine what it does to them.
The city council has also canceled their meeting later this week out of respect for the families. We have much more coming up tonight at 6:30.
Including how much it would cost to add fluoride to Spokane's water supply. Plus,
I'm here at the Chuck Holden Memorial Field where the major construction is happening right now. Coming up, what this project means for the community.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
A couple of years ago, we started noticing that my mom started to have some cognitive decline on the spectrum of dementia. Yunny and I have had to kind of put our jobs on the back burner to really help take care of my mom.
It's our mom, and there's nothing I wouldn't do for her.
If we had a resource like Walk Cares, that would have been so helpful to ease some of our financial burden. Walk Cares is a program that I think will benefit everybody.
Welcome to Coeur d'Alene Honda, home of the lifetime warranty.
Well, hi. Hey, I'm looking for a new Honda, but I heard some dealers are charging outrageous prices.
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we're not doing that. With us, it's business as usual.
That's a relief.
And we include a lifetime warranty at no additional cost.
We are a family-owned dealership, and our reputation is far more valuable than overcharging our customers.
We want to be here for you today, tomorrow, and in the future.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Call today for our available inventory and check out our website at cdahonda.com.
25 years ago, one extraordinary show danced its way into history, Riverdance. Now it's time for the next step, the 25th anniversary show.
May 26th through 28th at First Interstate Center for the Arts.
Jeopardy Masters semifinals are here.
People have been training their whole life for this.
Your favorite Jeopardy champions compete for the ultimate title.
Is there no one else?
Jeopardy Masters, two-night semifinals event. Tonight, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Whether it's readying your remodel, getting some getaway time, planning those perfect moments, turning your side hustle into a full-time gig, or consolidating your bills into one easy payment, you don't need to wait for someday to do the things you want to do. Achieve tomorrow's dreams today with a Momentum Home Equity Line of Credit. And when you get in motion now, you'll get a special introductory rate. Get a jump on your dreams today. Horizon Credit. Your path, our purpose.
Of course I know the theme song.
Entertainment tonight. That's what people want.
It's hard to think of entertainment tonight without. Oh, I know it.
I mean, come on. Since I was a little kid.
This is Entertainment Tonight. This is the Bible of show business.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
We continue to follow breaking news out of Moscow, October 2nd. That's when the trial of the man accused of murdering 4 University of Idaho students is set to begin.
It's almost 11 months after the bodies of Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin were found in their off-campus home. Today, the judge entered a not guilty plea on behalf of Brian Kohberger, the man accused of the murders. He faces 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of burglary. Prosecutors now have 60 days to confirm whether they will seek the death penalty. The trial is expected to last 4 to 6 weeks.
A date has also been set for when a judge will hear arguments on the gag order that prevents anyone involved in the case from speaking with the media. The order has been in place for months. A coalition of 30 news organizations, including 4 News Now, are challenging the order. The group alleging that it violates the First Amendment. Kohberger's attorneys say the gag order is necessary to make sure he gets a fair trial.
We told you about Kohberger's arraignment first on 4 News Now on the app. Be sure to download the KXLY app and turn on push notifications to get the latest information about this case, plus the rest of the day's top stories sent straight to your phone.
Live look over Spokane right now. It is a breezy evening, and boy, big drop in our temperatures from the weekend to today. We're in the 60s today. We're in the 90s on Saturday. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. We do have a few evening showers in progress around the region. It is going to be a cool Tuesday morning with temperatures in the 40s. Sunny skies on Tuesday. Otherwise, a warming trend that takes us to above average temperatures by the middle of the week. Here's a look at the showers in progress right now around the region. We have had a few thunderstorms. Those have tapered off, but still the possibility of some thunder as these storms and showers move from the northeast mountains into North Idaho. We may in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene just get clipped with the tail end of this band of showers in the next 2 or 3 hours. In fact, our forecast radar picks up on that fairly clearly as we go through the evening. Those waning showers moving through Spokane County and Kootenai County. We're dry, however, as we get into the overnight with clearing skies, and that's going to allow our temperatures to drop. Right now, we're in the 50s and 60s around the region. Temperatures have been running below average. It's 63 in Spokane, 61 in Coeur d'Alene. We're going to start the day off at 44 degrees in Spokane, but heading to a high of 68, which is awfully close to our average of 69. I'll be back to tell you about that warming trend and have your Memorial Day weekend forecast in just a few minutes. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. New at 6 o'clock, Washington Governor Jay Inslee is appointing Spokane City Council President Breean Beggs to Spokane County Superior Court. Beggs has been an attorney since 1991, largely focusing on civil rights, personal injury, and employment since 2010. Inslee released a statement saying he's an experienced attorney and a committed public servant. I'm thrilled to have him bring that experience in and out of the courtroom to the Spokane County Superior Court. This appointment comes after Beggs announced he won't seek re-election as City Council President. The Spokane City Council could appoint one of the existing members to take Beggs' place when he leaves, which will be sometime in July.
Also new tonight, $11 million in capital costs and millions more to maintain. That's how much it would cost to add and maintain a system to add fluoride to Spokane's drinking water. That's according to a study commissioned by the city. That study will be used by elected officials to decide whether to add fluoride. Spokane has considered it several times over the years, but has never made the decision to add fluoride to the water system. Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward has said in the past she wants the issue to go to a public vote. Now that the report is done, the city of Spokane will accept public comment between May 22nd and June 5th. To read the full report, look for this story on KXLY.com.
In Western Washington, 2 people were killed and another hurt in a shooting at a bar in Federal Way. Police responded to calls around 3:30 on Sunday morning and found 2 women and 1 man shot in the parking lot. The women died at the scene. One woman says the sound of gunfire makes her question her safety in the community.
There are mothers, sisters, daughters of someone, and such a sad thing.
Witnesses told Federal Way police officers the suspect left the area after the shooting.
The Chuck Holt Memorial Field was named after Rathdrum's former mayor who deeply cared about public parks and sports. 4 News Now's Peter Choi tells us Chuck Holt's story and what this extreme team makeover means for the community.
I'm here at Chuck Holt Memorial Field, and this field was actually named after Chuck Holt, a longtime public servant, after he passed away. I spoke to city mayor who knew Chuck for a long time, and he tells me this project is what the community has been waiting for, and this field is about Chuck's love for kids, baseball, and the community.
We both loved kids and we both coached.
And that's how Rathdrum's mayor Vic Holmes remembers Holt, from coaching Little League together about 40 years ago. He says Holt cared about the future generations as a teacher, parks director, and acting mayor.
And when he got on the governing board, he moved the whole program forward. So he's a great guy, very well respected. That's why we picked him and named that ball field after Chuck.
He was instrumental in getting all those fields built and put in so that the kids in town had a place to play.
The city's parks director Eric Singer says the makeover is a much-needed renovation to continue Holt's legacy.
With the Diamonds and Dreams project, we're kind of doing it the right way. When we dedicated the field in 19, I feel like, you know, we did some work, we got the field dedicated, but we just didn't quite do enough to the field. So it'll be nice to actually get the field completed, finished.
People who live in this neighborhood welcomes this project.
I just think it is efforts well spent. This community really deserves it.
Parks director says the final reveal will be with the public this Thursday in Rathdrum.
Sure that he's the guy that would love this.
Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Well, if your child is graduating this year, be sure to take them to Krispy Kreme for some free donuts. That's happening this Wednesday. Any high school or college senior who wears their class of 2023 shirt or maybe their graduation cap or gown, if you already have those, will be eligible for a free dozen.
Speaking of graduates, we want to celebrate the class of 2023 as they get ready to enter the next chapter of their lives. Meet Tiana Horde from Meade High School. Her family tells us she's a star in the classroom and on the basketball court. This year, she took multiple AP classes, including calculus and biology. On the court, she has already committed to playing for Corbin's University women's basketball team. You can celebrate your graduating senior by submitting a picture of them on KXLY.com for the chance to win $50 in a gift card and to be featured here on 4 News Now.
The school year may be over, but financial issues within Washington State athletics are leading to some drastic changes. Coming up in sports, Alex Crescenti explains why the university is trying to balance its budget for the future.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mechanics Pride.
If you have a fear of missing out, you might want to start earning with a free Camas Rewards card because, dude, Camas Rewards at Northern Quest for all the ways you play.
For over 65 years, McVeigh Brothers has been on the cutting edge of the newest technologically advanced products sold. We're now offering triple pane windows, custom colored windows of your choice, and amazing mini blinds between the glass that will last a lifetime.
The main event open house is on now at R&R RV Center in Liberty Lake. See the top-selling motorhomes, toy haulers, fifth wheels, and travel trailers from the nation's top brands. Tour our service center, stock up in the parts department, and enjoy free barbecue on Saturday. Every RV open and marked with a low sale price. Bring your tray and check your mailbox. You may have won a new RV. The main event open house on now at R&R RV Center, I-90 exit 296, Liberty Lake.
4 News Now and STCU are recognizing volunteers who make a difference in our community. Today we honor Celia Knott.
Volunteering as the lead pantry keeper at Ronald McDonald House, Celia shows care and compassion to all those around her.
In addition to keeping the pantry running smoothly, Celia offers tremendous support for families who are dealing with a child hospitalized.
They need love and they need support and they need the comforts of home here.
Thanks to STCU for helping make sure volunteers count.
Did you know Northern Quest Traeger A Day giveaway gives you a shot at a new Traeger grill every day in May? It also gives you a reason to use Precision Meat Probe in a sentence.
Don't miss your chance to win a new Traeger grill every day in May, only at Northern Quest.
Exclusive Real Housewife, Real Life Night of Terror.
She was constantly putting a gun to my head.
Next, Inside Edition, held hostage by her ex-boyfriend. The Real Housewives blackmail drama.
I thought if I just pay him, he won't show the pictures.
Then, the world's oldest stunt woman. Yep, that's her. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Take a look at the amazing story of an extreme athlete, once paralyzed in all 4 limbs, beating the odds and climbing to the top of a mountain. 14 months ago, a spinal cord injury from a body surfing accident left Vishal Shukla of Utah paralyzed in most of his body.
It's something that a 23-year-old kid never wants to hear, and the exact words were, "We do not think you'll walk."
The Shukla's grit and determination carried him on a more than year-long journey through rigorous physical rehabilitation to restore strength and mobility to his limbs. From a wheelchair to a walker to crutches to a mountainous milestone in his ongoing recovery. With the help of friends, Shukla just summited Mount Hood, Oregon's tallest peak. He is paying his progress forward, fundraising for others in need of similar rehabilitation.
High temperature today, 65 degrees. It felt so cool, but really not that far from average. 69 is our average high, but we were 90 Saturday, 81 yesterday. 46 is where we started the day today. 47 is our average morning low. Here's a look at our temperature trend over the next 7 days. 68 tomorrow, and then we're right back up above average. Not quite the surge in temperatures that we saw last week, but 70s and even 80 degrees. We start to cool down as we get into Memorial Day, although still above average, and indications are that will be the trend. Here we are, May 30th through June 5th, the 8 to 14-day forecast calling for above average temperatures. Precipitation is a little more of a question mark. We're just barely in this green section in the far southeastern portion of the KXLY viewing area. We are dry over much of the rest of the inland northwest. I say dry, we're just not in the green. That would indicate average precipitation. So I think we're going to be stuck in one of those showery patterns where the showers and isolated thunderstorms develop in the afternoon, and then we dry out in the evening and in the morning. And that is certainly what we are dealing with right now. Here's our forecast. We have an area of low pressure that's keeping those showers going over the northeast mountains and North Idaho. We may get a sprinkle or two in Spokane later this evening. It is moving off to the north, but we have an upper level trough that is going to keep things unsettled again tomorrow as we see those showers popping up over the mountain areas, particularly north of the border, but some of that sinking down to the south. Another area of low pressure potentially impacting our area as we get into Wednesday, with more showers developing over the LC Valley, although the vast majority of the region will be staying dry and staying warm. But it's going to be a cool start to the day tomorrow. Temperatures in the 40s in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 48 in Grand Coulee, just 42 in Colville. Right around the Spokane area, temperatures in the lower to mid 40s, 41 in Deer Park and 42 in Spirit Lake, Cheney and Spangle. High temperatures tomorrow in the 60s and 70s. Again, these temperatures are just about average. A few 70s right around Spokane, including in downtown and Spokane Valley. 9 Mile 71 tomorrow. Here is your 7-day forecast. Blue skies and sunshine in town with clouds and occasional showers in the mountains. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, that's where our warming trend peaks. Then our best chance for showers and thunderstorms right now looks like Saturday of the 3-day weekend. You see these percentages. This is for Spokane. You can add these numbers, add to these numbers as you head into the Northeast Mountains and North Idaho. Sandpoint, Colville, a much better chance that you're going to run into some showers and thunderstorms over the weekend, but we will be fine-tuning that forecast very carefully as we get closer to Memorial Day. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. Senator Tim Scott, South Carolina's first black senator and now the Senate's lone black Republican, officially announcing his bid for the Republican presidential nomination.
He says he wants to restore America's faith in the U.S. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis also expected to formally announce his run this week. ABC's Rena Roy has more.
Republican Senator Tim Scott of South Carolina officially kicking off his campaign for presidency Monday.
I'm so proud to be an American.
Scott making the announcement at the campus of Charleston Southern University, his alma mater, pledging to restore American patriotism and a culture of personal responsibility.
Our nation, our values, and our people are strong, but our president is weak. I will be the president who destroys the liberal lie that America is an evil country.
Scott was raised by a single mom, bringing her up on stage during his speech.
For me, it's my mom.
He says he grew up in poverty, nearly flunking out of high school before becoming an entrepreneur, saying his Christian faith, good mentors, and hard work led to his success.
I will motivate, inspire, and require every able-bodied citizen to take responsibility and go to work.
He's one of the most conservative members of the Senate, opposing abortion rights and pushing tax cuts to fight poverty. But he also developed good relationships with some Democrats. Though the senator is well credentialed and has a significant amount of campaign money, new data from 538's average of national polls shows Scott is at about 1% and that he's not on the radar for most Republican voters. Scott joins a growing list of candidates, including former President Trump and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis also expected to throw his hat into the ring this week. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Uber for Teens is rolling out in major cities across the country today. One family that's been a part of the pilot program for months says the service helps them out when they're in a bind.
One kid needs to be picked up from school, another kid needs to get to an activity, there's a doctor's appointment that you didn't anticipate, so it's a constant juggle. I couldn't be two places at once, and I could get my child home safely from a location and still be with my other child.
Uber partnered with Safe Kids Worldwide to address safety concerns around the service. But for parents putting their children in a car or for a teen entering a car with a stranger, it can still be nerve-wracking.
I was nervous that would the car show up? You know, would it be somebody she felt safe with?
Were you nervous the first time you got into an Uber by yourself?
Yeah, because, you know, as like a girl, it's like scary and like sometimes you don't know what's going to happen. But I felt really comfortable once getting in.
Uber has extra safety measures for teen riders. Drivers are background checked. Only long-tenured drivers with high ratings are selected for the teen service. And there's an added PIN number step to make sure teens are getting in the right car.
There's a consumer alert if you have a waffle maker. Nearly 500,000 waffle makers from Empower Brands have been recalled because hot pieces of waffle can shoot out from the waffle maker during use and they can burn you. The company has received dozens of reports of burn injuries. The company is offering a free latch adapter and instructions for repair on affected models.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Life, it doesn't stand still, and neither do you. And wherever you go, we're with you. We're Global Credit Union, formerly Alaska USA. For 75 years, enriching the lives of members and guiding them on their financial journeys, giving them the confidence to not just follow their dreams, but to chase them. The future? We're on it. Let's get there together. Global Credit Union. On we go.
This is Dan. Dan is digging a tunnel. Dan really wants to attend the MLB All-Star Week at T-Mobile Park, so Dan is digging. Too bad no one told Dan about the $5 Hit 5 ticket from Washington's lottery. Each purchase comes with a chance to win one of 14 MLB All-Star Week prize packages. But Dan doesn't know that, so Dan is digging. Good luck, Dan. You might want to hurry. Or go get a $5 Hit 5 ticket from Washington's lottery.
Did somebody turn off the lights?
Don't forget your seatbelt.
This car won't start until you buckle up.
Seatbelt, Grandma. 1 on, 2 on, there you go.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
However you say it, it's perfect. Together, we get there.
I'm Jan Baldwin, and I built this.
And I built this.
My father, my grandfather, and my great-grandfather were all woodworkers. And they taught me the craftsman tradition that says anything worth doing is worth doing right. That's why we get all our building materials from Par. They've been part of our success for 3 generations.
Par, your total home building source since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you going to build?
Lease a new 2023 Buick Encore GX for just $199 a month. The Encore features premium LED lighting and game-changing cargo space. And you'll be amazed at Buick's innovative quiet tuning technology that helps reduce unwanted noise for a peaceful driving experience. Visit us online at GuyBuickGMC.com or come see us for a test drive. We're just off I-90 at George Guy Buick GMC, the top volume GMC Buick dealer in Washington State.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, Plumbing.
There's been a lot of changes across collegiate athletics during the last couple of years as universities are trying to stay in positions of power and grab as much money as they can before the music stops. But one program that hasn't had the best news recently is Washington State University. And today the news got just a little bit worse. In an internal letter to university staff, President Kirk Schultz says the school is facing tremendous headwinds that will make closing the fiscal year out more challenging than originally thought. And that is causing some pretty drastic moves. That includes a temporary freeze on all current and future vacant positions, as well as a pause on non-essential travel, purchases, and new professional development. Now, there are a few reasons for these freezes. Mainly, each Pac-12 school is set to see a significant decrease in revenue distribution, and that's a result of overpayments from one of the conference's media partners that's still yet to be resolved. Also, the relocation of one of the conference's headquarters out of downtown San Francisco went way over budget, as well as WSU athletic projects went over expenditures for the year due to lack of documentation. And those Pac-12 media rights payments are absolutely critical to the future of Washington State because the conference is still searching for a new media rights deal. And this week, they were dealt a huge blow as ESPN was reportedly out as an option for the primary rights holder. And the Pac-12's current deal with ESPN and Fox is set to end on July 1st of next year. Now, last year, the Board of Regents approved a budget for the fiscal year 23 that would operate in a $1 million deficit, but they also did project that they would earn more than $40 million between the NCAA and the Pac-12 conference. And at this point, we don't know how much they actually received. In this letter, Schultz also states the university is conducting a thorough review to determine the full extent of the deficit and the root cause, and more information will be presented during the upcoming Board of Regents meeting in a few weeks' time. Reporting in studio, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Hi, I'm attorney Jim Hill.
And I'm attorney Matt Russell.
And after 10 years of helping the injured people of Spokane,
Russell and Hill have won lots of awards.
But at the end of the day, only one award really matters.
The award we get the insurance company to pay you. Russell and Hill.
No matter where you are in your financial journey, we're here to help you along the way. Open a free Ascend checking account and you can earn 3.50% APY on balances up to $15,000 with no minimum balance required. Bring your finances to new heights with our checking that pays you dividends. Get your account today at p1fcu.org/ascend. P1FCU, your community, your credit union.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Spring into adventure and get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Equinox models. Or get $1,500 cash allowance. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
The Move Fitness gyms are on the move.
Let's go! With everyone getting ready for summer and a new gym opening soon in Spokane, there's never been a better time to join.
Your life revolves around your home, family, and backyard. It's your world. Shape your world with the Plant Farm. They'll help you select the healthiest plants, flowers, shrubs, and trees for your backyard. Enhance your patios and front entrance with the stunning Plant Farm signature hanging baskets. And shape your world indoors with the largest selection of unique specialty houseplants. Shape your world with the Plant Farm because life is better in the garden.
When I was told I had a brain tumor, my life disappeared in a moment. I feared for my future, but even more, I feared for the ones I love. How would they move on without me? But when my doctor told me about the Gamma Knife of Spokane, everything changed. I can get my brain tumor treated in just one day and continue living the life I love. Because of Gamma Knife, I have hope.
4 News Now is brought to you by Windsor Plywood.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, Bryan Kohberger, the 27-year-old accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students in their off-campus home, was arraigned today.
We were there inside the courtroom. That story and much more coming up tonight at 11.
We have some cool mornings ahead. I say cool, but don't worry, gardeners. We're staying above freezing. In the 40s is where we will find ourselves the next couple of mornings. Temperatures tomorrow right about average. A beautiful sunny day and not as breezy as it was today.
I had to check the thermostat when I woke up today. I was like, it's a little chilly out, but it's still not that bad.
Felt pretty good.
It did feel pretty
I
good.
did think of the gardens, though. I was wondering, so glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.